helps so much. The fact that, you know, the fact that what I do, you know, keeps me motivated. Cerberus, thank you so much for that follow. And it's, you know, it's all you guys, right? Like, you guys inspire me to work harder and to improve myself and my abilities. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to click on this. That's this. Yes, those collarbones are much too high. Think about anatomy and feel on yourself where your collarbones physically are, and then compare it to your drawing. Remember that, you know, when drawing people, you have boundless, you know, reference, right? And use that reference. Use it. You know, you're a good source of reference as much as anyone else is, right? Even if you're not of the right physique or whatever for the character that you're trying to depict, you have physical properties that will always need to be accurate. You know, case in point, a collarbone like that, right? You can look at it and immediately go, oh wait, hold on, something is off. And in some cases you may not be able to place what it is, but in other cases, you know, you can look at it and say, oh, hold on, that collarbone is in the wrong place. And it's, you know, we spend so many hours of the day interacting with, or even just looking at, you know, at humans, at other people. So you better believe that when we notice something wrong, we notice it. You know, we definitely notice it. And, you know, that's where that uncanny valley comes from and stuff like that, is because we are so adept at looking at other humans that if we're, you know, presented with an attempted fraud, like an attempted clone of a human, we will know. Right? If there are any imperfections, we will know immediately. Oh no, I missed your link, I'm sorry. Let me go back up, let me find it. You drew this today? That's pretty good. Again, like, this is something where I would look at it and I would say, okay, work on your anatomy, because look at where that arm, that foreground arm is coming out from, and where your background, the other arm feels a bit more accurate, but also look at how low it comes, right? Think about where your arms come down to, and then the size of the hand relative to the rest of the body, and the size of the forearm as well, right? And you can find references for things like this. You can go online and you can find breakdowns for dimensions of how to, you know, like how to separate up a character that you're drawing into shapes that that make sense, that will help you determine the correct anatomical ratios for things, right? Like how many heads tall is a person, you know, things like that. And these are things that, you know, artists have figured out already for you. So all you have to do is just reach out and grab those references and those resources. They're available. You just have to find them, right? Oh, did I miss a link from Master Viking now? Pin up some memories. Oh, okay. Jerui, thank you so much for that follow. Other artists, well, it's tough sometimes, Nexus. But again, I mean, like looking at reference is something that helps you. It's all there for you, right? Like these are resources. If you choose to look at them as resources, and it's all about your outlook, right? Remember that the most useful advice, you know, and the advice that you'll always get, like real advice, isn't, you know, when someone says, oh, that looks good. You know, that's actually the worst advice you can ever get from someone. Is someone simply telling you, and I guess that's not really an advice, it's a compliment. But it's an empty one, right? The most, you know, the best you can get from someone is someone who's going to be honest with you, who's going to look at it and say, look, I'm going to tell you what I see that looks off or improper about the illustration. And you know, the purposes of that is to enlighten you and to help you improve, right? If you know, it's easy for someone to just say, oh yeah, that looks good, and just completely dismiss it. But it's a sign of someone who cares, who will tell you and go out of their way to tell you, you know, oh, actually, you know what, I think your image could be improved by doing this or that, or you know, something looks incorrect about this or that. And I think it's a matter of perspective. It's a matter of how you look and how you choose to understand what the person is saying, like what the message is. And honestly, from my standpoint, the message is improvement, right? It's the aim, the message and the aim is improvement, is to say, have a look at what you're doing, and here are ways that I think that you could improve on what you're doing so that you can get better at it, right? And the more you work at it, the more you practice it, the better you'll get at these things. Well, fair enough. Sometimes your parents feel obligated to do that, right? Because they think, oh, encouragement is the best, you know, is the best way. But in some ways, I feel like, you know, because it depends on the person, right? It depends on the outlook of the person. Because I could give that same feedback to someone, and they could take it the wrong way, and they can look at it as, well, you know, this guy doesn't appreciate my art. My hard work means nothing to him, you know. But I feel like it's a sign of caring and understanding, because I've been there too, right? I've been in that situation. I've been the shitty, you know, like I've been in shitty places where, you know, like people tell me terrible things, and like, and it's a matter of how you look at it, right? How your outlook is. You know, are you going to take that, what they're saying, as them sort of putting you down, or are you going to take it as a point of improvement, right? You know, they're telling you something, so how do you change that? How do you improve that, right? And I think that's an important way of looking at things, because, you know, I've been there too. I've been in situations where I was, you know, the least experienced and the least the least adept person in the room in terms of artistic ability, and you know, and this is from, you know, from the mind of a child who had grown up being told that they were the best artist in, you know, in their grade and in their class and stuff like that. So, you know, it's about receiving finding those humbling, those really humbling experiences, you know, where people will come up to you and say, okay, well, you know, this is how you improve. You're doing great right now, you're on the right track, and this is how you get better, right? Like, what's the next step? And always think about that next step too. Like, that's the main thing, is I just want to make sure that you understand that what when someone tries to give you advice, it's hopefully anyway, it's not due to any kind of malicious intent, but it's because they want to help you, that they genuinely care about what you're doing and your efforts, and they want to see you improve. And that's where I'm coming from. All right, because I've been the student. I've been a student. I continue to be a student. In terms of art and stuff, like I may not go to school anymore. I may have finished school, but learning doesn't only occur in school. The majority of my learning actually occurred outside of school. So. To get good, yeah. And that's the aim. I mean, that's the aim that everyone has, right? With everything. With anything. Right? Improve. Improve yourself. Improve what you do, what you're passionate about. Find ways to improve everything, right? And you're capable of that. Everyone's capable of that. But you got to be committed to it. Your art education doesn't need to come with a price tag, though. Here's the thing. A lot of what I learned in school, I could have learned free online. And so can you. But you have to be willing to learn. And you have to be willing to look at those lessons, excuse me, and seeing what they're actually trying to teach you. Right? That's a lot of where this comes from, is just understanding that. Okay, let me get, we're going to do the red part now. Yeah, YouTube has a lot of great tutorials on things, and it's a great resource if you know how to use it, and if you know where to look for those resources. So right now I'm just mixing a red that we're going to use for the cape here, and we're going to use, again, we're going to try and keep him mostly monochromatic. There are going to be parts that are not these colors, but for the most part we're going to try and keep him close to these colors. Yeah, exactly. Like you can learn programming, you could learn a lot of the woodworking techniques and stuff. I mean, okay, I took woodworking and stuff in school, but like a lot of the woodworking techniques that I use and I apply and stuff like that, the lessons have been reinforced by watching YouTube videos and things like that. And it goes with anything like, you know, home improvement things, right? Like fixing up the house, doing renovations and things. Like there are things you can only learn by doing, but there are also things that you can learn by watching and observing and understanding. Whoops. Making mistakes here. Just being bad at coloring is basically what's going on. Ethan Hydra, how's it going? It's going well for me. We're just doing some, this is AGDE prep. This is us doing a lot of, a lot of art for donation incentives and stuff like that. Actually, Nexus, the other thing I was thinking about was, you know, in some cases when your parents give you words of encouragement, just like, oh yeah, that's good, or something like that, it's because maybe they're not knowledgeable about it. And I don't know, like, maybe your parents are both artists as well, and they know their stuff, in which case then I think they're not doing their job as knowledgeable people, because I think you have a responsibility as someone who is knowledgeable about something to share that knowledge, and I think that's a case of maybe it's a case of a lack of knowledge, and so then a lack of the ability to give proper input, and maybe it's a fear of giving improper input as well, right? Hey, Sui, how's it going? Yeah, this is Ganondorf. Let's darken this up a bit. Oh, okay. Okay, so your mom would know what she's talking about. Fair enough. Could also be just lack of time and availability to provide the proper insights. Could also be that they came from families that, you know, didn't provide that kind of encouragement for this kind of stuff, where they just had to fight tooth and nail to stay motivated and to, you know, to work hard, and they fear that if they were to tell you something about, you know, something to change in your work, it would be interpreted as a slight against, you know, your work. And it could be that too, right? It could be that they worry that if they tell you certain things, it can, you know, it can do harm rather than good. So it could be any number of factors. And again, I'm just making assumptions here. I'm just pulling at straws, since I do not know your parents. Exactly, Master Viking. Right, it could be a case of, you know, she just wants to encourage you. And to make sure that you feel encouraged, right? Rather than critique your stuff, she would rather encourage you. Ethan, this is for AGDE, and it's for donation incentives. So the way that works is, or my plan anyway, is for how this would work, is people can, you know how with AGDQ people had donation incentives. So it was like, okay, well, while this game is playing, if you donate during this game, then you could potentially win this or that or the other. The idea is to have something similar to that, and I don't know if that's, you know, that's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to go down, but that was essentially my idea here, where I wanted something. I wanted to create artwork that was based on games that would be played at AGDE, and then people donating could potentially win them. So it's not so much art for Lobos, it's art for you guys, for his viewers, for the generous people who end up donating during AGDE to charity. Mail, yeah, just mail. Just mail it out. Oh, I see. Yeah, no, this is for HDE. Sorry about that. I didn't realize that mobile would cut off the title. Hey, Zombie Gwyn. Yeah. Legend of Zelda. You can link it, sure. Hold on, I got a cough. I'm gonna mute my mic. Alright, here we go. So much cat hair everywhere. It's like an unending, just cat hair everywhere all the time. Constantly, non-stop. Zombie Gwen, thank you for that host. Brush the cat's coat out sometimes? Yeah, I should. Alright. Good luck at the meet. Have a good night, Zombie Gwen. And thank you again for the host. Take it easy, man. We're gonna do the trident and stuff next. I think we're gonna use kind of like a brownish yellow. I know I said 2 colors, but we're gonna do 3. Let me see what I have here. This color, yeah. We'll just use this color. The music is from Neir, N-E-I-R. And I guess Antithesis may have answered this question already by the time you hear it. Hear me answer it, but yeah, this is from Neir. I screwed that up. But it's okay. Potentially fix that later. It's funny, I can hear Lady May's Power Rangers game going on. Just because my door's open. Alright, I am spending way too much time on this thing. Lord Thorian, thank you so much for that follow. It looks horrible unless you're drunk. Ethan, I have never tried that. Maybe I should. I am drinking bourbon right now, so could take a lot of these, but... And actually, I'm really parched, and bourbon is not going to quench my thirst. So give me a second. I'm gonna go grab... I'm gonna grab some water or something. I'm gonna drink that, and then I'm gonna finish my bourbon. So I will be right back. Iconoclast, I'm gonna do a game, a drawing for some of the games. We've got Bomberman here, and there's, this is Legend of Zelda. I'm not gonna do all of them. Like, for instance, I'm not gonna do one for Bible Story or whatever it's called. I might do a Katamari one, I don't know. Maybe a Sonic one? Possibly a Mega Man one? Anyhow, I'll be right back, guys. Alright, hey guys, I'm back. Anyhow. Okay, let's paint up a link here, and then we will do we'll do some general shading over top of everything after that. Oh, wait, no, that part isn't green. There we go. Let's make his shoes green. Why not? Yeah, green shoes. Hey, Daweed, how's it going? How are you? We're doing artwork for AGDE, which is Awesome Games Done Eventually. This is a charity event created by and hosted by Lobos Jr., another speedrunner and streamer on Twitch, and featuring a lot of his fellow speedrunners and friends, and Lady May and I will be over there too, volunteering and also providing artwork as donation incentives. So that's what we're doing right now, or I'm doing right now. And as Lady May said earlier, we'll likely split it up. She'll do some, I'll do some. We might not have artwork for every game, but we're gonna try and have artwork for a good majority of them. And maybe Lady May will want to do some that I've already done as well, and stuff like that. Lord Thorian, thank you so much for that follow earlier. How are you? Well, thank you, Daweed. I'm glad you like it. Nathan, when you've made them, send us some photos. I'd love to see what you've managed to come up with in terms of cosplaying these characters. Now, when you say cosplay, you mean visually and gameplay-wise? Like, are you giving them weapons that would suit the cosplay as well, or is it literally just costume-wise? Like, what level of cosplay are you doing? I'm doing alright, Lord. I'm doing okay. Okay, and I'm going to grab a light green, and we're going to do a really light wash of it over top of everything here. Kind of blend that out. Antithesis, I think you answered this before, but this is a made-up language, right? Like, the singer is not singing in an actual language. This is like the language of the world of Nier. Gamerette! How's it going? So good to see you. What is up? How are you? How have you been? Can someone please, Lady May, are you the only mod here? I don't know if you have my audio on, but please, guys, please follow Gamerette. She's wonderful. She's fantastic. Oh, I see. Okay, cool. Thank you for the clarification, Antithesis. I had a hunch, and I feel like you've told me before. You've said it before, I think. And guys, Antithesis is a really talented guy as well. He does sculptures and stuff, and they're incredibly detailed and really beautiful and unique looking, in my opinion. Antithesis, if you want to link to some of your artwork, that would be amazing. Alright, have a wonderful night. And I wish you a good full recovery on that headache. Have a wonderful night, sir. As always, it's a pleasure to have you with us. I'm gonna make the border of this shield green. I'm just making shit up now. I guess I'm cheating on my whole, like, oh, I'm only going to do one color or whatever. That's not happening anymore. Clearly, I mean, look at how many colors I've already used. One day I will learn to limit my colors. Today was not that day. Yeah, those are made by Antithesis. You just took a cold pill. Gamerette, Beth, are you sick? That's no good. I'm so scared of getting sick. I haven't been sick for a little while, and I feel like it'll happen very soon, and I don't want it to. I really don't want it to. I can't afford to be sick. I've got so much stuff to do. Right now I'm just trying to push and pull away the wet spots there. I'm gonna patch that up afterwards, but just so that the brown doesn't blend into the green as much, so I can see it bleeding in there right now, and I really don't want it to. So if I can prevent that as much as possible, I will. I'm gonna make the shield kind of a brown color, just because. Oh no, 4 days. That's like our good friend Lady May and I, our good friend Aaron, and he's also a mod on this channel actually, but Aaron has been sick for like weeks. It's been kind of insane, and I feel really bad for him. I know at one point, I think it was bronchitis, and yes, if you're thinking it, ain't nobody got time for that. So how's it going? Hi. Can you do a follow for Gamerette?
Yeah, I can totally do a follow command for Beth once I get back to Mountain Leader.
Okay. Follow command incoming, even though I'm pretty sure if anyone were going to follow Beth, they would have already done it. Artie, how's it going? That's no good. I don't like head colds. I'm sorry to hear that. Are you feeling better though? Oh, I guess if you've forgotten the wonders of nose breathing. It's because you're wonderful, Gamerette. Or Beth. Both. You're both of those things. You're both Gamerette and Beth. And thank you so much. I'm getting tired, guys. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm getting tired. Alright, I think I'm gonna stop soon after this. Not streaming wise, just I'm gonna stop working on this painting because I've been working on it for a while now, and I think my attention span is wearing thin. I have a very short attention span. Boom! Hey! Oh, flight problems. Alright, well hopefully you're there soon. Please give all the lovely people kind and warm greetings from myself and Lady May. Even if they don't know who we are. Actually, all the better. But, yeah. Oh, here's that song that's actually in English. And not a made-up language. Alright. I'm gonna call it there. That's probably good enough. This one's done. What do you guys think? Nice, Ethan.